everybody, I'm Ernie, and I love America. What a great country. Pulling out of this economic thing a little bit at a time, aren't we? Well, we're Americans. We'll pull out. We always do. I want to give you one quick question, and this tape actually will be part one of two, probably, because I've got a lot of information to pass on. A lot of you have given me and commented me and sent me some really, really good stuff. And I want to make sure I'll be able to use it in a couple of these tapes. But I have one really quick question. This is mostly to our liberal friends. Liberal friends, you are not listening. Barack Hussein Obama could not get a secret clearance if he wanted to go to work for a government facility because of the ties of his past and probably maybe even his wife, I don't know. But is this the kind of guy that you really want for president? You got to vote for president for some other reason other than the fact that, oh my God, is he good looking? Well, he's not a good looking man anyway. But come on, people, you've got to think, dig down a little bit before you make this decision in 2 weeks. I've got some more information for you on Obama that I'm going to give you, but the man could not get a clearance to go to work for IBM or someone like that. So you got to think about this. You can't just blindly follow this man like a lot of people blindly follow a little short guy in the early 1930s. In an interview with Matt Bay, an interview that will probably run, I think it ran this weekend, in Time magazine, Obama said, "I wouldn't vote for me because of the way I am being portrayed in the media 24/7 as a freak." I haven't read that yet. They think that I am a latte sipping, New York Times reading, Volvo driving, no gun owning, politically correct, arrogant liberal who wants someone like that. Well, I think he pretty well described himself right there. I don't see a thing wrong with that. But he did leave a few things out. He should have said, I am also a socialist. I'm also an abortionist, or I'm for abortion. I have very radical friends. I want to redistribute the wealth in America. I am an elitist. I have a very radical wife who thinks we're a bunch of really angry people. I have a lot of friends that are radical Muslims, like Khalidi and Louis Farrakhan. I think a lot of Americans are angry and they cling to their guns and religion. He's right there, because a lot of us do that. And he also said, I don't want my daughters punished with a baby. How can you be punished with a baby? If you're having a baby, how can that be a punishment? Well, only Obama can answer that. And then he also said, I don't know anything about Acorn, but I did give them $800,000. I guess I just don't understand. Democrats, liberals are now listen to this. Now they're having Joe the Plumber investigated. This man asked a candidate one simple question, didn't get very much of an answer, except he did show his true colors about socialism. And now I guess under a Obama regime, that if you would ask a senator or someone of that nature a question, you probably could be arrested. Where do these liberals and Democrats and liberal Republicans, where do they get this paranoia? It's got to be some kind of childhood problem that they have. Here's one more question for you too. How many of the Hollywood elite do you think we're going to want to share their wealth with the rest of the world? Hollywood aren't exactly what you would call small businesses, other than the fact that they pay dog groomers, hairstylists, and drivers of their museums. But do you really think they're going to fall under small business? Do you really think they're going to want to share their wealth? Now, I know a lot of them do give a lot to charity, and I think that's very good. I think that's wonderful. But do you really think Obama's going to be able to walk up to Oprah Winfrey and say, "You're making too much money, Oprah"? You got to give some of that back to some of these poor people. I'm not including charities now. I'm talking about you need to give this money back to some of the guys under the bridge who don't want to work. And they shouldn't have to work. They should be able to have the same thing that you have. I think I know what Oprah's going to say. I don't think they're going to want to be willing to redistribute. Sean Penn, Susan Sarandon, and her little lapdog Tim, Whoopi Goldberg, George Soros, all these people, I really don't think they're going to want to give their money away. And one more little quick idea, then I'm going to go and get the second part of this tape ready. Obama doesn't celebrate birthdays. Muslims don't celebrate birthdays. Is there a catch there somewhere? Is there some kind of comparison? They call it the evil eye. So I don't know. Is there a connection there if Obama doesn't have birthdays and Muslims don't have birthdays? But he's not a Muslim, right? Okay. Just want to make sure. And one more little thing about John Murtha. Big old big mouth John Murtha. The one who said that RJs were killing innocent women and children in the middle of the night. John Murtha said last week that southwestern Pennsylvania is a racist area of Pennsylvania. I wonder why he would say that. Why do the Democrats keep bringing up race and the Republicans don't care? I don't understand that. But that's what he said. And I think I know why he said it, because the people in southern and southwestern Pennsylvania are not going to vote for Obama. Folks, the American culture cannot afford an Obama regime. Our very moral standards and values are at stake here, all right? It's just like Barney Frank, the American hero of heroes. What did he say? Let's spend more money, and I've talked Barack Obama into spending more money. I really don't think that's going to be good enough. And when Barney Frank was back up and said, where are we going to get the money? Barney said, we'll get it from the rich people. In the next little tape, I want to give you some information on communism versus socialism. A lot of you think there's no connection. There is a connection between communism, socialism, and Marxism. And I will give you that information, plus some more information that I have about the Messiah and his group and his crowd. And in the meantime, I want to say to all of you, please get out to the polls. Get your Republican and conservative friends to the polls. Volunteer to drive people to the polls. Whatever you can do to help stop this Obama Express thing, folks. This country cannot afford this man as president. He is lying through his teeth right down the line, and you can look at him and tell, all right? But I want to say thank you to all the men and women in harm's way, to all the people who services, like the police department, the fire department, the ambulance people, the doctors, nurses, and people like that who keep us safe. And I want to say sincerely from the bottom of my heart, God bless this great land. And I don't care what some of you think. I love this country. I love this country second only to my family. And I would fight and die to end the discrimination tomorrow. But the next one of you who brings up this racist crap because I don't like Obama, I'm just going to block you. I'm not a racist. I just don't like Obama because he's a socialist. That's the reason. It has nothing to do with his race. So God bless America, and I will see you again probably a couple of days. And thank you for listening, and I want to thank all the new subscribers. Okay? Thank you. God bless America.